So what we have here is an English saddle. It needs a bit of cleaning. It's a little dusty and dirty and gross from spending the winter in the tack shed. I don't do a lot of riding in the winter because it's just too darn cold. Okay, so what we have here, the rounded bump in the front is a pommel. The middle, which is where you sit, is called the seat. Isn't that amazing? And the bit over the top is the cantle. Tough thing with English saddles is the cantles do tend to get a little scratched if you're not real careful. This one was a little scratched before I got it. I'm pretty careful with it, but stuff happens. Okay, English saddles do tend to have a shiny finish on them as well. Helps protect them from getting too dirty and gross. Okay, so then we have the skirts, which are these little small curved things here over the top. What that does is cover where the stirrups attach. So this here is the stirrup leather, which is part of how your foot stays attached. This little metal thing underneath the stirrup buckle, here, if I pull the buckle down you can see it a little better, is a quick release. So the idea is if your foot gets hung up, the stirrup will actually pop off backwards and you don't get dragged. Some English saddles, the quick releases are so badly worn that you have to push this little lever up. Just gives it a little more staying power so that stirrup doesn't pop off every time you look around. Okay, and there's a little keeper at the back here where this is supposed to live. Okay. So these D-rings here are for the breastplate, which is the thing that goes across the horse's chest. Not everyone uses one. It's nice if your saddle tends to slide backwards. Okay. This suede patch right here, which if you back up a little bit you can see is on the front of the saddle flap. That's what that big round thing is called. This is a knee roll. That's just about where your knee should go. It helps give you a little grip. At the bottom of the stirrup leather, you can see how it lays out flat, so both pieces are laying in the same direction. This is actually suede side up on this one. I don't. Is the stirrup iron, which has a little rubber pad on it to help keep your foot grip. There's a bunch of different kinds of those. That one's fairly generic. My whole saddle is fairly generic. It's an adult seat. These two little D-rings on the back here are called sandwich Ds, which sounds really strange until you realize that the entire purpose of their being is to hold a sandwich case, a lunchbox, for when people were hunting. Underneath, you can see we have panels, which are these sort of fat, fluffy things. And down the center, which runs all the way down the center of the saddle, which is for air across the horse's back so they don't get too hot, is called the gullet. So, this is made out of a bit softer leather. It's a little bit different. Yeah, so that's your general English saddle.